Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Safety Systems. For more than 20 years, Safety Systems has been doing security systems throughout East Tennessee. Their monitoring services are great in terms of protecting your home or business. And the thing is, when you make a call to Safety Systems, you're talking to local people. It's a local company, family-owned company. What you need to do is get involved with them. Give J.J. Surlis, VFL J.J. Surlis, a call over there and tell him you heard about it on the Sports Source. And I'm going to guess you're going to get some sort of deal there on the monitoring services. Just a guess. Safety Systems, folks. Trust me on it. Give them a call. You'll be very happy you did. Want to welcome in the last member of today's panel right down there. In all of his orange pride, Sterling Hinton right, still baby. Showing up. VFL quarterback Absolutely. Sterling Hinton.
Glad to be a John P.
Here's the deal. We've gone over. So this is going to be rapid fire, baby, as we go through some candidate questions. Let me start with Chuck Cavaleris. Let me put up the graphic here for our folks at home. Mark Schleybaugh of ESPN put up a list yesterday. Dan Mullen, Matt Campbell, Greg Schiano. Everybody's got those. Dana Holgerson on his list from West Virginia. And then Willie Taggart of Oregon. Chuck, would that list please most fans, in your opinion?
No. I think we've already seen the obsession with John Gruden, and I do not think that list would at least 50% of the fan base. No, I do not think it would please them.
Okay. Sterling, next one for you. There we go. Some national outlets have reported that Tennessee is interested in Mike Leach. I can't see that one, but supposedly interested in Mike Leach. He runs a wild offense, but in 16 years as a head coach, he has won double-digit games one time. He never has he has no conference titles. He has one division title. Would that fly in Knoxville?
Well, I tell you, if he runs offense can make that thing work right now, it would fly because that ball is flying, baby. Anything get that offense over 40, 50 yards a game production, I think people like Mike Leach. Plus, he has a quarterback mind. He was a quarterback. Oh, yeah.
You don't have so you think it would fly?
I mean, if it came down to it, he took the job, I think it would.
I think they'd like the offense. Scoring 50 points a game right up until the 4 losses when they gave up 60 points a game. Okay. Ryan Callahan, Oregon's Willie Taggart supposedly wants to move back south after just 1 year out there. Probably looking into Florida school, though. Washington's Chris Peterson has never looked to live anywhere but in the Pacific Northwest. Both have been connected to Tennessee. I think Peterson more wishful thinking. Do either of those guys wind up, do you think, at Tennessee?
I don't think either does, but I think Willie Taggart's much more in play than Chris Peterson is. For the reasons you mentioned, I think Peterson, just never wants to leave the Pacific Northwest. His people have looked at the low buyout on his deal, but I don't think that matters really, and I think he's happy where he is for the most part. I think Taggart has made it clear to a number of people he would be interested in moving back to the Southeast. He's got deep ties in Florida, can recruit well there. The Florida and Tennessee jobs are both of interest to him. We'll see if Tennessee gets down the list a little bit, but if they miss on a few guys, I think he could very much be in play.
But one quick thing about Peterson, he has expressed displeasure with all of the late games Washington play. I mean, he has.
I know he has. I can't imagine a man who was in the playoffs last year. It didn't hurt him last year. They were in the playoffs. Can't imagine he'd say, I'm getting out of the Northwest because I don't like the start times. I have a hard time buying that, but I know that's what a lot of people are saying. Okay. Jimmy, most likely hire of the 3 up-and-comers, Matt Campbell, Scott Frost, Mike Norvell. And I will say, there are reports out there that Scott Frost has already agreed with Nebraska. Whether or not those reports have been confirmed or not, I'm doing a television show, so I'm not sure if it's been confirmed yet. But anyway.
Chris Fowler said that Frost is going to Nebraska, and I think he either goes to Nebraska, maybe Florida, but I think it's Nebraska. Mike Norvell, I like him. He's an up-and-comer. I had one coach in the profession told me he's a rising superstar with a great offensive mind. And with Campbell, the thing I was told earlier was that I could take him off the list because of the $9 million plus buyout. Tennessee would not go in that direction. So out of those, I would think the most likely would be Norvell.
Okay, and yet his name supposedly has not been on the rise over there. It's been on the fall, but
correct.
Who knows? All right, last, this is for everyone. Well, it's not the last one. I lied. Everyone, is there a point on the list where if Curry gets down to it, let's say Schiano, who I think people would be up in arms about, let's say you're getting down to the up-and-comer range, is there a point where you would say, David Cutcliffe, please come home. We'll do whatever we can take to get you here to fix it, to be a stopgap. That's not the way he'd pitch it, of course. But do you get him to be a Band-Aid?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I think you could do a lot worse.
Okay.
Cutcliffe's an incredible coach. Anytime you get him, it's a good thing.
Well, I would say without question, but to me, would he want to come back?
There you go.
Yeah. That's the whole thing there.
Yeah.
They're loving him at Duke right now.
Yeah.
They're loving him up there.
And my answer, I would doubt it, to tell you the truth, in the current situation.
No. Okay, just a couple of notes. One, Jimmy mentioned it earlier. I want to point this out. We said all fall that if you want to fire Butch Jones early, okay, to kill the turmoil or whatever, got it. But the idea that we're going to fall behind Florida, they're going to fire their guy first and get ahead of you. They fired their guy first. UCLA fired their guy last. UCLA got Chip Kelly. As we said, those coaches weren't going to jump at jobs. So remember, whenever Tennessee hires the new guy, when they're firing him in 3 to 5 years, remember that firing him mid-season is not going to help on the hire of the next guy. It rarely does. Lane Kiffin, interesting tweet yesterday. He had Montario Hardesty and Jonathan Crompton down in Boca Raton. He said, love having my guys here to sweep the conference, my quarterback and running back, real family for life, not talk. If you say for life, what does that mean?
Whoa.
Is it kind of does that sound like a guy who knows he's not going to get the Tennessee job?
Yeah, it sounds like he likes to give digs. Earlier he wrote about his team having more wins than Florida and Florida State combined. So he likes to stick the needle in.
But if a man's thinking he's going to get, if he's talking about I'd love to get the Tennessee job back, that's probably not the best way to get it, if that's how he meant it. All right, when we come back, 2 more questions. How will the senior class be remembered? Also, is it time for a complete and total rebuild again? Come on back.